Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. You are watching Park City Television, and I'm thrilled to have live in studio one of our favorite guests, Miss Faye Keller from Image Reborn. Good morning.
Good morning, Eliza.
It's great to see you. I feel like we haven't seen you in a long time.
I know I'm back. We're back.
She's back, everybody. So for those who may not be familiar with Image Reborn, this is a fantastic nonprofit that provides something that I think some of these patients don't even know that they need. Tell us a little bit about it.
Right. Image Reborn Foundation provides free retreats for breast cancer survivors. And these retreats take place every single month in Park City and Deer Valley. And it is a weekend of relaxation and pampering for women who are going through or have gone through breast cancer and have suffered the rigors of this terrible disease. And it's a weekend for them to just relax, be pampered with massages, facials, meditation, and to bond with other women who have gone through the same experience.
Well, and I think that bonding is what is so impressive. I was fortunate enough to be invited to one of the opening dinners at one of your retreats with our producer, Christine, and I was just blown away by, first of all, the disparity among who this disease affects. There is no demographic, there is no age. We had everyone from someone in their early 20s to somebody in their late 70s.
Exactly.
So the range of experiences is absolutely unbelievable. But the fact that these women open up so beautifully and that shared experience, and this is what happened to me, the bonding and the support, I think it's truly amazing.
And that's the beauty of the weekend. The women arrive on Friday at 5 o'clock and they stay until noon on Sunday. Within an hour or two of arriving, women, and these are for women from not only Utah, but all over the United States.
They fly in from everywhere.
From everywhere. Yeah. And it's free to every woman who's ever been diagnosed with breast cancer. And after they arrive, by 6:37, they are opening up, bonding with each other. And as you said, we will have women in their sadly, in their 20s and 30s, and women who are older who may have been 10, 15 years out, but they had that diagnosis of breast cancer, so they share that common bond.
Well, and also to have the shared experience of I am 10 or 15 years out, and look at me, and I'm thriving, and this is to have sort of an end point to look at if you're right in the middle of the treatment.
Yes.
And then just to learn about all, I mean, when they come from around the country, I was amazed at the different treatment options or different doctors and different verbiage. I mean, and so it's really almost a shared advocacy for their own medical care.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of the weekend. The women open up, they say, oh, I had this done, I had that, and sometimes we have women who say, oh, you know, I don't deserve this weekend. They caught it early. I only had 5 sessions of chemo and radiation. But the fact is, if you receive those 4 words, you have breast cancer, you deserve a weekend of renewal.
This is not a sliding scale. When someone has to internalize those words, it doesn't matter.
And it stays with them forever. And as you say, the difference in the ages, I facilitate the weekends, and I have found women in their 60s and their 30s coming together, and it's the people who are older that provide the hope. For those who are younger. And so we have weekends that, most of our weekends are just general weekends for any woman who's been diagnosed.
Sure.
But then we have weekends, we have one coming up that's for the Hispanic women, and that's here in Park City.
And that will be done primarily in Spanish?
All in Spanish. One of our board members who is Hispanic will be facilitating that. We had one in May for mothers with young children for Mother's Day. And we were thrilled to be able to offer them this weekend away from their families, away from their young children, and yet they had that common thread of, I have young children, how do I talk to them about cancer?
Yes.
How do I act? And to see them coming together and sharing their stories was just beautiful.
That's incredibly powerful, and I can imagine as a mother with young kids, your greatest fear is not being there for them.
Exactly.
So to have somebody to share that with.
Exactly.
And then I know you also do one for stage 4
we do.
patients
We
as
do
well.
2 a year for stage 4. Stage 4 women are in a different place, and we find it's important to have a retreat just for them.
Sure.
Because they have different issues, different state of mind.
A different state of mind.
Yeah. And the strength that they receive from each other is powerful. And for me, this is a gift job. I tell people about the retreats, and I facilitate the retreats, and the women are every retreat I say, oh my gosh, that was the best retreat ever.
After every one, right?
Yes,
Absolutely. And now these are completely free for these women.
Free.
Who is paying for this? Who is sponsoring this?
Since we are a nonprofit, we depend upon private donors, and we have a gala once a year up in Deer Valley at Stein Eriksen, October 14th this year.
October 14th, everybody, mark your calendars.
Yes, it's
October 14th.
For anyone here in Salt Lake, Park City, Deer Valley who would like to come support this, and who would like to provide a free weekend for breast cancers. We also receive receive donations throughout the year. Another thing is that these retreats are held every month in Park City, not only at high-end hotels, but luxury homes in the Park City area.
So people can donate their homes as well.
People donate their homes, and we are just always blown away by the outgoing and support of people who want to say, oh my gosh, my mother had breast cancer, please use
take
our
my home. Well, unfortunately, 1 of every 2 women are going to experience some form of cancer in their lives.
Exactly.
So I think everyone has someone that they love or knows that would want to support this.
And we depend upon the kindness of
the kindness of
strangers, but they become friends. And we have a retreat in the next month. Someone who vacations in Park City, lives in California, she has breast cancer, and she said, oh my goodness, my home is large enough to accommodate 8 to 10 women. Use my home. And this is what we're all about.
Well, Faye, for people who are watching and I know are going to want to support you in the work that you're doing, how do they get in touch with you? How do they learn more about the organization?
Yeah, our website is www.Image Reborn Foundation. That's IMAGEREBORN Foundation.org. And we started 18 years ago, and
18
years
oh
ago, and we have served over 3,500 women with breast cancer. It's something I want to tell everyone about, and Park City has been so supportive, and we just feel so blessed to be a part of the Park City community.
Well, and I think just one more reason why we're also proud to be here in Park City. There are such amazing organizations like this.
Right.
And what a unique way to discuss the issue of cancer, not just in a therapeutic standpoint, but to give these women a break from their treatments and their doctor's appointments and that lives, and get a facial and have a meditation, a yoga class, just to be treated.
Yeah, and as you say, breast cancer survivors have doctor's appointments, treatments, chemo.
Those conversations awkwardly with friends and family as you explain what's going on.
Right, and our weekends provide a retreat to get away from everyday life. We provide them time to feel like they're important.
Faye, I love when you come by the show. Thank you so much for updating us.
Thank you, Eliza. Oh, it's a thrill. Thank you so much.
For those of you who want to support the Image Reborn Foundation and the amazing work that they do, because I'm sure there's a woman in your life that you know or love that has been touched by this awful disease, please visit imagerebornfoundation.org. See how you can get involved, volunteer, donate, anything you can to help move the cause forward. And of course, thank you to Faye for being here. We're going to take a quick break here on the Mountain Morning Show and be back with much more. You are watching Park City Television.